Ladies, so here's the problem I have.
Okay.
How do you make money on the internet? I mean, you see all these people standing by all these cars that are so rich and they've got stacks of money. And they've got a big house or all this stuff around them that looks rich.
But sometimes it's rented.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Because truthfully,
that's what I was thinking.
I just don't think that making money using the internet is that easy as people say.
It is not.
I mean, every time I follow someone or look into something on the internet that they're saying, oh yeah, I'm making $10,000-$20,000 a month.
Right.
And guess what? You look into their paragraph and it says, oh, but you need to buy my thing to do it.
Buy my course.
Right.
Buy my course.
Or my one-to-one mentorship.
Right. Or get onto my, exactly.
That's where the
Or
money's at,
join my
really.
platform. And I'm just like, no, I just really want steps. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
That's it. Follow these steps. Make money.
And then it just kind of comes in. But I don't feel that way.
No.
I think
tried
that, and this is a good point that you're mentioning when you say you watch these people and they're rich and stuff like that. By the time you see them or they're visual to you, they've made that journey, that transition to success already.
But why don't they say that?
Some people do. Like us, people are watching us now. We may be coming from maybe humble beginnings as podcasters,
Very humble.
but maybe by the time it reaches big mass audiences, we've had a big following and partnerships and deals. And people are like, well, how do they do it? But people don't realize it's a journey.
And they say that how many times do you fail before you reach that? I don't know. It's a number.
I've already fallen a lot.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I mean,
Trust me.
seriously.
I'm still in the falling.
I know.
Right.
And seriously, when I think about it, since February, I've been working diligently to work towards getting something online that can be purchased.
Right.
And it's not simple.
And so when you say online, are you talking like TikTok or like a TikTok
Any
shop?
of it. So, I've got the Instacart, I have the Stand Shop, I have the Printify, I've got a PayPal thing set up. But
what are you marketing?
Well, I've got this ebook that I want to do. It's for chronic pain.
Okay.
But when I really looked into it,
Right.
you have to have a plan of how you're going to advertise.
That's
Absolutely.
the biggest thing.
Plus, who is going to validate that what you're sharing has true value?
Yes. So you definitely need
A
customers' feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why, marketing and publicists and so forth is so important because
strategy.
you can have the product, but now you have to market it and get to the masses.
But even if you have the product, why would I want to buy it if I don't think you're credible?
And that's when you build your brand.
Correct. But, I don't understand, what gives us credibility?
I think relatability. I think the driving force is the people, the customers. They'll give you the credibility. It's just that when you buy a product online, you're looking at the customer reviews to see if it's worth my money.
I have to tell you.
And I don't know if people do business with people that they like. So
That
like
too.
you said, related. Like I could go buy socks 1,000 other places. Why do I need to buy my socks from you? Like
Right.
who are you? And,
Yes.
and that's why people want to get to know you. And
Yes.
you got to be posting and you got
Yes.
to, social media is like a
Provide
big
value.
Oh my
Because
God.
I actually liked when you used to do those videos and explain why compression socks are so important. I learned that you don't have to have a medical condition just to wear compression socks. Athletes should wear it.
Yeah, I didn't know that
People
either.
traveling.
I didn't know
long
that
distance
either.
People who
travel.
does services like standing on their feet, security
UPS,
guards,
Uber drivers. Yeah.
Everybody should have compression socks in
Right.
part of their wardrobe. So
Right.
I didn't know that. So you providing that information made me say, oh, okay, she's giving this information. Let me see what socks does she have.
Right.
And then go
But
purchase.
one thing I learned too, it's not a like you just throw it out there every now and then. You got to be on it every day.
Listen.
You got to be feeding social media. Because they lose. I guess they lose interest. I don't know. So
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Alex Hermosi.
I like him.
I like him a lot. And he really talks about how you really make this a skill. That what we're doing today, talking to each other about things that mean something to us, sharing in a real way,
Right.
that we're building an audience
Right.
so that eventually if we have something that we believe is valuable, just like we have our t-shirts, the Three Ladies Podcast.
Yes.
This is
Shout
our-
out to May Hughes
Oh, yeah.
up in New Rochelle. He designed these shirts for us, and
Mm-hmm.
he's a big supporter of Three Ladies Podcast. If you need one designs, please go see him. May Hughes. He's on social media.
Does
Oh,
he do?
he's
He
awesome.
does other things too.
He does logos, websites, graphics, anything digital. He can put it on a shirt, hat, cup, mug, on your mama's face, whatever you want. He can put it on your mama's face. That's good. He can put it on there.
May Hughes.
It's
May
that, you know,
Hughes. May Hughes in New Rochelle.
Okay.
We'll put it in the comments.
Yes,
his,
yes.
his
you
social
know,
media.
I like it that we have some kind of visual presence, like
Yes.
our cups.
Oh, I love these
Me
cups.
too.
Yeah,
They're
I
so
like our
cute,
cups.
right?
I like our t-shirts.
Mhm.
But I think we still are building like the value that we bring. And I'm not quite sure, you know, for me, you know, especially when I look online, I like it when people are real,
Mhm.
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
that they're real and they have this sense of,
authenticity about
Yeah.
them, and that they care and they want to see you succeed,
Right.
or they want to provide this information or services to you. So when you mentioned Alex Hormozy, I liked him so much because he doesn't have props. He doesn't have.
No.
He comes out looking like he just went out of bed.
yeah,
You
no
know, with his
kidding.
flannel and the hat and the rugged beard. It's as genuine as you're gonna get it.
Right.
And not only is he, you know, authentic in that sense, there's other people who come across like, you know what,
Yes.
this is what you need to succeed. But again, I think what we're saying about how hard it is to make money online is consistency.
Consistency.
You know, because at one point we're like, okay, where's the checks? Where's the money coming in? Where's the partnership? You know, where's the sugar daddies?
Week 3, we was like,
Right.
well, we're out here.
Right, knock, knock. Hello.
But you know what? Isn't it also? I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no, go ahead.
Don't you need to share, like, when you saying be authentic, people need to relate to you. Do you need to share like some personal stuff about yourself so people can relate?
Not all the time. In my opinion, not all the time. It depends what you feel comfortable with. Remember, this social media, this video, it lasts for a long time. You go on YouTube
hello.
and you see videos from 10 years ago.
Forever.
So in my mind, I'm always thinking, what I want to share, do I want to see it 10 years from now? If I don't, then I'm not going to share it.
I think that's what I struggle with. How much do I need to share? But then we need to also think about money, right?
Yes.
Money's another part of it.
Right. And what value we're bringing, you know,
Right.
because people are tuning in, not because they care so much about Keisha, Mary, and Yo-Yo. They care about, okay, you're giving me some value that I can use to help myself.
Mhm.
Right.
And I think it's about, you know, we're motivating each other. And I think that's
Yes.
what got us started.
Right.
We were motivating each other and you said, I think we should be a podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're
Yes.
like, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Right.
Because it does, frankly, the thing that really got me off my butt was being in this accountability group, seeing us make it happen with the Three Ladies Podcast.
Right.
I got a fire going, and
We saw that fire.
I'm really
Over the
feeling
summer?
it.
Yes.
I'm really
Going.
feeling it, and I'm now in touch with it. You know, and I've gotten away from being fearful.
Right.
But I agree with you. You know, where is that line of being yourself and vulnerable and sharing? You know, I don't want to overshare.
Right.
But that's the crazy thing. The people that I like is because they've given me something about, oh, this is what I was going through, and and then that draws me in. And so now I like this person because now maybe I went through that a little bit. So that's what I mean about you gotta open up and
Well, I mean,
it depends, because like I
it's
think
balance.
I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and you know, there's some challenges that I face, but I have to be respectful for the people that's also in my
Yeah,
life. I don't want to share too much, and my sons are looking at it like, Mom, you really said that about me, you know?
Okay.
So I'm always cognizant, you know, though it's my journey, I also have to realize there's people part of this journey.
Right.
You know? So
Right.
being respectful, and again, it all depends on the message and what you're trying to relate, because you can also talk about it in very broad general terms.
keep it general.
Right. But again, back to the money.
Money.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
That's a whole nother. To make money, you gotta put out money.
I believe, because I watch a lot of people on YouTube and social media, and the reason why they've gotten to the point where I recognize them is because they have failed a lot of times, and now they're on the path to success. So they're coming into my For You page a lot more than maybe somebody who's just starting out.
Okay.
You know, so now that I see them and they're talking about mentorship and buy my course and stuff like that, I'm sure they can testify that they failed several times.
Right.
And then they're being consistent with it. You know, and that's what Alex Hormozy says, being consistent with it all the time. So when we showing up here, we may get like 3 or 4 likes. Stay the course.
Exactly.
So what about time?
What do you mean about
work
time?
your 9 to 5?
Oh,
like,
well.
You got to get up and do your walking for 20 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
You got to treat it like a baby.
Yep.
This podcast, treat it like a baby. Yes, make sure you put in that time for work. If you can devote your 9 to 5 to somebody, put your blood, sweat, and tears in it. How about yourself?
So you don't want me watching Netflix? That's what you're saying?
Netflix can be done, but it has to be done when you do everything else.
When you're walking.
Yes.
Watch Netflix when I'm walking?
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I could be online in the store or not in traffic, but in line in the store.
Traffic.
Drink some more coffee, please.
Yes.
Drink some coffee.
Yes.
Or what's in the coffee?
Right. But I will tune in and watch something online if I'm in a long queue in the store, or if I'm going to drop my son to practice or whatever. While they're gearing up, I'll spend a couple of minutes just trolling. I mean, you have to organize your time. Time management is a very big part.
Time management is part of it.
Success.
So it's a whole strategy that you need to put together.
Yes.
Your time, how much am I going to spend? How much am I going to share? How much am I going to post?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I shifted everything because I was like, okay, where is it most impactful? Was I really getting the value from going to a studio? Or was it more about how the editing is doing? Or is it more about, what is it that's going to be most impactful? And yet, so what's my budget? And then now, I'm realizing in order to really sell something, you have to have an advertisement plan. You have to have an advertisement plan. So I'm working towards a landing page, a giveaway, a way to get email addresses.
Are you doing it yourself, or you have a...
No, I have. So I have one person helping me, but they're sort of slow, but that's okay. I'd rather, this is why I like Alex Hormozy. I'd rather take the time, make sure I really have something of really good value, and then offer people, because you realize you don't if you're selling something for the very first time, you don't really know what people are going to buy from you. So I'm going to offer something free. I'm offering something at a very modest price, and then one at a very high price. So they have 3 choices, but I'm going to get their email addresses, and basically they can choose, and then I'll learn, well, what do people want from me initially? Because I know my specialty is about chronic pain, and that's what I'm going with first.
Right.
Is how can I help people with chronic pain?
Right.
But even then, I don't know still what will people buy. Because even when I'm on there trying to think about buying, I'm very skeptical of somebody who just wants to sell me something.
Wow. Well, I'm skeptical when they talk about, everything is in my book or everything's in my course, buy this, buy this, buy this. And then I do know that, and I think there's some science behind it too, that people will execute more when they purchase something as opposed to getting it free.
Of course.
So sometimes we think about, we throw this free things, people will do things. No. I find that when you invest in yourself and invest in a course or in something,
absolutely,
you're more likely to execute than to get it for free. Because if you look at it, there's so much information on YouTube and you can grab it from everywhere. But how many people actually execute on all that free stuff?
Yeah,
I don't.
They don't.
I don't even execute if I buy it.
And that and
I'm not kidding.
Let's keep it real.
I'm serious. I have bought some things. Did I execute on it? No.
I'm laughing because I did the same thing.
I've done
this course, and I was in it for like 2 days, and then
I'm like, I'm tired. Where I've executed the most is being part of our group.
And I think because you have somebody in your face all the time.
Yes.
Somebody kind of like pulling you.
Well, holding you accountable.
It's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I have somebody that I know
has pulled me way further than what I've ever done.
Me too. Yes. Because I feel like now I have these two ladies,
Right, that
who
is
are
gonna
behind me,
right, it's gonna ask you for stuff.
They're
And
gonna
then
go,
seeing
you
you.
said you were going to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
No, but also you have been doing it.
Yes.
And so that kind of makes me feel like, Keisha, you need to get up. Like, what are you doing? Every time I see one of your videos, I'm serious. It motivates me.
I'm going to tell you, if y'all hadn't pushed me, I wouldn't be doing it.
People are watching us, and we just talked about how making money online is hard. But what can we say to people who are watching us to say that, okay, yeah, it's hard, but maybe you should start where? Where do we start, or how do we go about it? Because I think my message is consistency. Yeah. You're going to start, and you're not going to see change dollar signs. You're not going to get the subscribers or the followers as you thought you had in your mind, but showing up every single day. Those people who made it to the Olympics just didn't run one day and made it to the Olympics. Mm-hmm. It was all that work that's behind the scenes that got them for that 3 or 4 minutes of fame that they run and get awarded. For anything, you see celebrities, Beyonce. I mean, look where Beyonce started. You know? Started with a female group. She started singing in churches, singing, you know, as a little girl. And I'm not saying that you have to start 10 years from ago to be successful now. I'm just saying you have to stay the course and believe in yourself, that you are capable of being successful.
Right.
And I think also, too, for me, you have to be at the core is what is the value? I'm going to show up, but what is it that I have that I believe can be valuable to other people?
Resonate with people.
Right. Yes. What is our message? And I feel for us, our message is that if you have a tribe that's like you, who's similar, like-minded, that really can take you far.
Absolutely.
Finding a tribe, it doesn't matter how small or big, but finding a tribe, it really, really gives you the engine.
It's like a push.
Because you need that, because you realize that getting in the game, if you unless you want to be one of these kind of like one moment wonders, which I don't want, you're going to be in here being consistent for a year or two.
Yes. True. I think also putting together a real plan. Like, and I'm thinking about me with my socks. Remember I told you I was struggling with the packaging and
the website.
Like, really putting your plan together. Who's gonna do what and how you're gonna pay for this. Like, sit down and write out everything.
And I think having a goal each day towards the plan is also key. Because don't make yourself busy being busy.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's moving in a direction that you want to see it flourish. Like you talked about yourself, I talked about my writing, and then you talk about marketing. I'm thinking about, okay, after I finish writing, how am I going to market it to get to the people? So of course, now I have to connect with my audience again so that they know that, okay, she's still alive. And she's writing. So I'm expecting that all this writing that I'm seeing, that I'm going to have an end product.
Why do you think when you see these people who have these weight loss stories where they're this big and now they're this big, you know, that's what people feel very inspired to see, is that's a really tangible thing.
Yeah.
And it's not so tangible when you're developing business.
Yeah.
It isn't like weight loss.
Right.
But when we're doing business, if we show, you know, I mean, I've seen some woman who showed like her business plan and she showed how she's putting her schedule together and all this. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. So,
and people get it, but you know what too? People get intimidated by all the steps.
Yeah.
They see all the steps. It's like, oh, you got to get this, you got to get this, you got to get this. But one thing, like,
I think that's what happens to me.
Yeah, because you see so much work involved. You're like, I can't do all this. But like my old boss just told me, he said, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite
at a time.
That's right.
So you're not going to do everything in one day. But at least set a goal. Okay, maybe today I'm going to register. Today I'm going to get my LLC. I'm going to investigate a product. Do that.
Baby steps. Right?
Baby steps. But make sure you're moving in the direction of where you want to be.
And I have a friend, and I'm thinking about what he said to me. His name is Keith. He has a restaurant out in he has a nice restaurant out in Georgia. Mr. Cash. He said, always enjoy the process. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't make it a task and get overwhelmed. And like, enjoy what you're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for a lot of us though, but we be so eager about getting to the coin that we get frustrated. We're like, oh, this and this and this and this and this and that. But realize that all the success stories that you see online and on YouTube, they started from somewhere. It wasn't overnight.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
So I think our key takeaway is that be curious, about what it is that you're bringing to the audience that you're engaging with, and take your time.
Be disciplined. Realize it's not an
Consistent.
overnight success.
Right.
And put your plan together.
Put your plan together. And don't be afraid to share it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Share your journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're sharing ours. Right? So
Right.
don't forget, subscribe. Click that like button.
And join us.
And join us every Tuesday.
The Three Ladies Podcast.
Keisha, Mary, and Yo-Yo.
Yeah, yeah.